Hi guys, it is Aristotle back with my first year on T. I went on like a month-long hiatus. Reason being, and this is no way an excuse, I wish I could have gotten ways to still post videos, but I went on a month-long hiatus. Why? Well, I kind of got suspended from school. So if you know my parents, that is a big no-no. And then I got my stuff taken away for 3 weeks after being suspended. And then finals week was last week. So I wasn't going to be able to post a video because I was so overloaded with her. So, yeah. But now it's summer and I have more time. And I can dedicate way more time to this channel and improving on my work and doing stuff like this and not have it be something that I have to do last minute anymore. Like, I can actually get stuff out now, and which I can't wait to spend more time doing that. My camera's dying. But yeah, anyways, so I will go into the June aspects, and yeah. So I think the last one was how you do your injections. No. Femininity. What are some things that you've noticed that are kind of unexpected on T? A life update, and after that, this week is Pride Month, and kind of that stuff. So, first one is femininity. Do you feel that you can still be feminine now that you are on T? And can trans, masc, or non-binary male-aligned people still be feminine? Personally, I am still feminine. I still do stuff that's feminine, I still dress up, and, yeah. I do things that are highly feminine because I like to, because it's fun, because it personally interests me. So yeah, I'm typically very feminine, and, I think people can do whatever the heck they want. Like, it's not my business to tell them no. It's not my business to say, you can't be trans masc if you're gonna be this, like, if you're gonna be feminine. Like, that's not my place, and I never want to be that type of policing. There are some things I do police, like, just like personal views I have where I'm like, okay, that's kind of offensive, please don't do that. But that's only when it's actually offensive to the trans community or to the LGBT community as a whole. I actually had a problem with this recently. Before I got suspended in my school, I got in trouble with or not really in trouble, but like I was dressed up very feminine. I had makeup on, I had a dress on, I had heels on, because personally I was feeling very feminine that day, and I'm starting to like reevaluate my gender. Actually, I'm starting to go more as non-binary trans instead of binary trans male. So I still feel like there are some days where I'm like, today is a very feminine day, or it's a girlier day, and it doesn't mean that I regret anything. I do not regret testosterone. I do not regret getting top surgery soon. I do not regret anything. I am so happy with everything that has gone on. I mean, there are bad parts, but like, there's bad parts to everything, let's be real. So yeah, like, I still love being well, I don't love being trans, but I still am very much a part of the masculine community. And so on that day, I was feeling a little bit more feminine. Okay. And so on that day, when I was feeling a little bit more feminine, I dressed up a little more femininely. My teachers are like, "You're confusing other people by dressing this way, but identifying one way." And I don't know, it messed me up a little bit. I was like, no, I'm not. Like, that's just your own views. That's only because you have a hard time with it, because you see me as feminine more than you see me as masculine. And, so, yeah, and they're older people too, so I understand why they're so hesitant about it. But all I can do is offer them, like, understanding and being like, well, this is me. You have no say in that. So, keep your opinions to yourself, please, and call me Alex or Aristotle, and call me by he and him pronouns. So deal with that, which is like pretty much the only thing you can do. I didn't say that obviously because that's a little rude. I didn't say it like that. I was like, well, I like to dress this way still, so just me. I just wanted to dress this way, in a lot more, nicer way. But yeah, so those are kind of my views on femininity, and I have a big connection with femininity, and I think that everybody can express themselves. Gender expression and gender identity are two totally different things, and we have no say in how people should dress, basically, and what they do with their bodies. Just because everybody has a life, and you can't always be sticking your nose in their life unless they are personally harming you, unless they're actually attacking you. Leave them alone. And then the week after that was, what are some things you have noticed that are unexpected? And physical changes, emotional changes, mental changes, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so there have been a lot of changes. I'm going to go from head to toe, and then I'm going to do mental. So it's going to be physical first and then mental. I just realized I am actually 7 months on T. Since December. In May, it was actually my 6 months on T, which is crazy to think I'm 6 months on T. Like, we're only about 5 more months away until my first year on T is no longer my first year, which is crazy to think about. It makes me sad all the time, but the weeks have flown by. Really, they have. But yeah, so head to toe. First off, when I started taking tea, I was like, oh, I'm young, I probably won't, like, have to deal with losing hair and stuff like that. Just a moment, I'm gonna take a drink of water. It was like, oh, I'm young, I don't have to deal with, like, hair problems. I don't have hair problems now. My hair is still, like, thick and big and poofy. Like, you can see it now. It's still thick and big and poofy. That was embarrassing, by the way, which is why I always wear my beanie. But, yeah. I can tell I'm losing a lot more hair when I'm brushing it, or when I'm just running my hands through it, or like on the floor. Like, I could see like little like strands of hair. It comes out so much more easy. And I'm not balding or anything like that. Like, there's no bald spots on my head. And balding doesn't really happen in my family, but I've noticed my hair is like starting to come out a lot easier than it did, and I had to change a lot of my hair routine because it got coarser and it's a little harder to maintain, and so it's not as soft as it used to be, which, I mean, sucks, but like, I have a bunch of hair products to deal with that. I have a lot of hair products to deal with that because my hair, I love my hair, and so yeah, that was kind of that was unexpected, but like it happens. By the way, I'm knowledgeable about all this stuff. It's just unexpected because I didn't expect it to happen to me. But yeah. But anyways, yeah. After that, acne, my face, it's great. I didn't expect it to happen that much. I was hoping I was gonna be one of those blessed trans boys that doesn't have to deal with acne. But oh no, was I wrong. I've gotten so much acne, it's not even funny. Like, I always have constant acne, and it's starting to come up on my cheeks, which has never happened. I was blessed by the Lord himself. Whatever you believe in, I was blessed. I do not get acne, or I did not get acne. And now it's starting to come in. You can see there's 2 more right here. There's 2 more that I picked at. Oh my god, you should have seen me like 2 weeks ago. I had this horrible breakout, and it was like all over, and it was like 8 of them, and I was like, which is a lot for me. It was crazy, and I hated it. But it's also something I could take care of because I have a lot of facial products too, because I'm really like on that self-care train. I really want to always have a perfect face. So yeah, sorry about that. My battery died, as I said earlier in the video. But yeah, the last thing I said was about my face, I think. So going down further than that is my throat. My throat is a lot thicker now. It's a weird thing to be aware of, really weird. But yeah, my throat is thicker. I've noticed because I used to have like my thumb and my pinky would be how I would be able to go around and like connect them. Now I can't. It's more like my thumb, my ring finger, and my ring fingers. So it's a weird unit of measurement, but it's how I measured it, and it was... I don't mind it, but I kind of always liked the fact that I had like a thinner throat. So yeah, I guess we're gonna have to deal with that. I keep on moving down. Warning, chest stuff, by the way, just so y'all know and are ready for me to talk about chests. My chest personally has gotten less firm. It's not as kind of perky, and they're more squishy than they usually are. I usually do like breast examinations just to make sure I don't like have breast cancer, because I don't want to have breast cancer at age 16. 16 in 2 days. But yeah, that's it's not fun. And so like they're not as like firm is the best way to describe them, which is a kind of a weird thing, and I don't really care because I'm gonna having top surgery at the end of June. Sorry, I'm probably annoying everybody with how much I'm talking about it, but I love it so much because I'm so happy. I even got my little thing that says the guide to surgery. I was super happy. Anyways, back to the topic. Yeah, so less firm, they're not fun. Keep on going down. My stomach is hairier, my arms are hairier, everything is just generally hairier, including my feet, which have gone up in 2 sizes, by the way. Or not like 2 sizes, sorry, which have gone up like 2 inches, by the way, which is okay. So they've gotten bigger. They're proportional, but they've gotten bigger, and it's kind of weird. Especially because I don't feel it and I don't notice it until I'm like, these shoes are a little bit tighter than they were before. Nice. So yeah. I already had gone through this, by the way, until my camera cut out and I didn't know about it. So that's why I'm kind of rushing through it right now. Anyways, on to mental, emotional, blah, 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 changes that are not physical. or they are, but they're like internal physical. Okay, so mentally, I've definitely been in a better headspace. I have very little dysphoria. When it comes to body dysphoria, I have other types of dysphoria, and like sometimes I disassociate, and if I see myself in the mirror and I process, oh wait, I'm actually born female at birth, holy shit, excuse my language, like then it like hits me and I'm like, whoa, and then like a big bout of dysphoria comes, but I usually don't really register it. I'm kind of like more like, this is a male body because it's my body and I'm a male. So that's the way I identify things. But yeah, guess we're gonna but yeah, so that's it. I also have more confidence. I'm more sure of myself, and like I'm like, no, I know this. But with that, I feel like I'm a little bit more, I wouldn't say angrier, but I have a shorter temper than I used to. I'm usually an incredibly patient person. I like to be an incredibly patient person. I pride myself on being incredibly patient, but I can tell when things wear at it. Like, usually I'm politely angry. I'm like, can you please settle down? Thank you. But like I can tell it's whittling away just a little bit faster than it used to. It doesn't change who I am, and it's not changing how I respond to people. Like the response is the same. It's just it's a little easier to get me angry. It's not that easy at all. So yeah. But other than that, I have more energy. I'm more like ready, and I also don't need as much sleep, weirdly enough. I don't know if that's medications I'm taking, because I'm taking medications for antidepressants and stuff like that. I don't know if it's that or if it's testosterone, but this did happen. I started feeling a little bit more uppity before I took Prozac. So I think it's testosterone. And I also feel a little bit more settled in my body, because it's like, even when it feels like there's no progress, I still have like regular T-shots, and I'm like, oh, okay, I have to go do this thing. And it's like so much easier for me to process, and I don't have to be doing it all the time, and I'm like, thank God. And it just makes it so much easier for me. And so when I'm not, like, even if I feel like there's no progress, there's that constant reminder, like, no, you're still doing this, like, you're going somewhere, it's just taking a while. So that helps. Other than that, I also don't cry as much. I don't cry usually. Like, it takes me a lot to cry, but I still, like, the tears never spill over now. So before, and like, I'd actually cry, like a tear would roll down my face. It doesn't do that now. It doesn't do that at all. So yeah, those are the unexpected changes that came with testosterone. Life of, oh, one last thing that was expected, but not as expected as before. Like, it was expected, but the sheer, like, ferocity, the sheer ferociousness in which it came was different. Warning, this is kind of personal. My smell has overall changed, and it has gotten muskier and smellier. Like, before, maybe I'd pass without having, like, deodorant. Like, I'd forget deodorant. I'd be like, ah, fuck. And I'd just put on, like, perfume. Spritz. I'm done. I'm fine. Nobody can smell it. No. Those days are over. I need, like, heavy smelling deodorants. And girls or people who smell cis boys and they're like, oh my god, why are they wearing so much? It's because their smell is a lot stronger than yours. It's so much stronger. Like, everything. It's like personal smells are like so much stronger, and now I'm like constantly like, do I smell, 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 do I smell? So it's not fun. But yeah, okay. Other than that, life update. What's been going on in your life? Anything exciting coming around, and when? What's something we don't know about you? Life update. Okay, so you guys know I went on my hiatus because I got suspended from school. Ha 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 ha. Which it was a really stupid reason. I told somebody I'd fight them because I was angry because they were harassing my friend. Which is such a typical teenager thing to do. It was just a spout of anger, and I was like, I'm gonna fight you. But I didn't really mean it, but I still got suspended for it. So, and people got mad. People got mad on my behalf. They're like, what? And the other kid didn't get punished? And I'm like, yeah. But, anyways, I was like, oh, well, that's fine, okay, sure, whatever. So that happened. After that, I passed my school with good grades. It's all that studying and doing work. So, yeah, that was fun. After that, okay, life update, more stuff. Top surgery. Oh, and I'm going to my local LGBT center, and I'm becoming a volunteer there. Why? Well, because my parents want me to get a job, and I don't want to get a job right before right before top surgery. I would if my binders worked well, or if I wasn't so feminine looking with my chest. My chest is quite big. So, sorry, I don't look at the camera enough. I keep on looking to the side. I don't like looking things in the eye when I talk. But yeah, so when I have a big chest, and I don't want to go in there and then be like, I'm taking 3 weeks off because I'm gonna not be able to move and be in extreme pain. And then they're just like, I come in with a flat chest, and they're like, what? What? It's not like I have, like, I could, but I really don't want to, because it's a waste of a lot of people's time. It's a waste of my time. It's just a waste of everybody's time. And so I chose to volunteer at my local LGBT youth center. And I'm kind of just a greeter there. I just say hello, and I'm like, hi, it's me. Sorry, my thing keeps on dying. It's not fun. But yeah, that's kind of a life update of stuff that's going on. I'm just at my local youth center, and then, you know, top surgery, which I will never shut up about. And then, so that's pretty much all that's going on in my life recently. So now is Happy Pride Month, first of all, and second of all, this week's topic, more like it is like, do you partake in Pride, and what do you do, and what does it mean to you? So I do partake in Pride. I kind of partake in Pride. I make a lot of Pride posts on my personal, like, things like Tumblr or my Instagram or my Snapchat. I do that kind of stuff. And then there's also the fact that I'm like that one token trans kid, so I am very loud and proud about who I am, and I educate people whenever possible, whenever they ask. But, you know, they don't all that often, but that's kind of my way of showing people pride, is by keeping everybody informed and letting people understand and trying to get them on the same bandwagon, you know? So, yeah, I do partake in pride. Pride to me basically means, it means having a faith that no matter who you are and what you identify as, that you are worth something, that you literally take pride. Like, you're like, I am who I am, and I'm not gonna apologize for that. I'm not going to conform just because you want me to, or because society says I should. That is the pride I have. And that's the pride I feel like everybody should have, even though it's not always welcomed. Like, the whole point of LGBTQ people is that we were not welcomed for a very long time. We were not loved for a very long time. Still now there is stigma, and still now there is hatred throughout the entire world, and there's still so much work to do, in understanding that all we want to do is love each other and love ourselves, and that to have acceptance of who we are and what we're supposed to be. And yeah, there's so much to do, but I think pride is understanding that there's so much to do, but we have also gone so far. So yeah, I think that's what pride means to me. Lastly, do you think pride now is different now that you're on hormones or getting top surgery or blah blah blah, depending on who it is? To me, I feel like it makes it definitely more an active part in my life. It makes me feel like I'm actually a part of the community, and I'm not an imposter, but I'm not just on the sideline being like I would never do that to anyone else, but I feel like people will do it to me, where they're just like, you're not really trans, or you're trans, sure. It makes me feel like I'm an active part of this community, and that I have a role in it, and that I understand people more, and I know what they're going through, and I know what I'm going through, and it makes me feel more connected, and it makes me less envious too, because, well, I was totally envious of so many trans guys for so long, just because I was like, I want to be on hormones, I want to get top surgery, I want to do this, I want to do that. Like, I still am like that, but I've kind of like being like, okay, patience is virtue. Like, you need to calm the heck down so we can get this. It's like, it's, I wouldn't say it's problematic. It's not problematic, but it's something I've had to work on for a very long time. And now that I have hormones and I have all these things, and I'm slowly learning about myself, and I'm being okay with who I am, I think that makes all the difference. And it makes me a more active part of this community, and it also makes this so much easier, to me at least, to go to Pride, to celebrate Pride. So yeah, doesn't mean that anyone who's not taking hormones or blah blah blah, like they're going through the process or whatever it be, that they are less than. They are absolutely not. Like, I'm staring directly into the camera lens right now. You are absolutely not less just because you're going through something that prevents you from getting hormones or prevents you from getting top surgery or so on and so forth. You are not less than. I'm just saying, for me, it makes me feel way more connected. And I think people will understand it more when they're on T or when they feel more connected to the community through top surgery or T or bottom surgery, whatever it be. So yeah, I'm sorry again for my month-long hiatus. I really did not mean it for that to be that long. Just so much stuff was happening at once, and I kept on missing it, and I was like, oof. So I'm glad to get this back out, even though it's like, well, what, it's gonna come out like at 9, or 11:12, like, it's gonna take a while for this to get out, but I think it was worth it, and at least now I have more content. This was a very long video, I know, and I'm sorry to anyone who has to watch it, but it kind of encompasses the last 4 weeks. So yeah, thank you for watching another video of my first year on T. I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad I'm gonna be able to spend more time on this channel, and then I'm going to be more active on this channel, and I'm going to be more active just in general. So yeah, I will see you guys next week with an update, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye. I'm very tired.